Yes, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whatever time zone you're in, whatever language you speak. Welcome to Football Heritage TV. It's a very, very hot, sunny Wednesday afternoon here in London. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but the transfer window is open and there are lots and lots and lots of things happening. And this is the show where we have a look at some of these things. Forget that my hair is all very much weighted towards one side. Should have looked in the mirror before. Big up to all of you. This is the show where we have a look at all the transfers that are going on, the rumours, the reports, the transfers that are happening, the ones that could happen. And what you know from me, I'm never going to be one of those people who says, oh my God, shock, bid, 100 million. I don't make it up. If it says it's a report, I say it's a report. If they say it's official, I'll say it's official. I don't do any of this. You'll never guess who's just, what is all that? Like, come on, we're all adults. Let's not do that. Shock. You won't believe what's happened over there. I don't do all that. But we'll have a little look around and we'll see what's going on. We know, and we're going to look at it in a minute, we know that them lot down the road, we know that the Arsenal have had a bid for Norgaard of Brentford. Very interesting indeed. A player that I very much like and would love at Tottenham Hotspur to rekindle his relationship with Thomas Frank. But Arsenal have had a bid. We'll have a look at what that means in a minute. Newcastle United have had a rejected bid for Anthony Elanga. Of course, Elanga, the Swedish winger who's got 22 caps for the Sweden national team, came from Manchester United, 23 years of age. We'll have a look at that. Why do Newcastle want Anthony Elanga? We'll have a look at that. And why have Nottingham Forest rejected the bid? I have a feeling, by the way, Nottingham Forest might lose a few of their better players this window. Who else are we going to be looking at today? AC Milan are once again in talks with Jashari, who is a class footballer, absolute class act, flying under the radar of many, many people. I don't care if he's 31. Get him in, get a couple of years in midfield. Amen. We have got to stop doing this thing that anybody over the age of 27, 28 can't play football. It's absolutely mental. Forest won't lose any, in my opinion. Ash, we're going to have to disagree on this one. I think they're going to lose a few. It is the food chain. When the bigger clubs come calling, players turn their heads and clubs start to negotiate. It's just the way of the world. Who else? Who else are we going to look at today? Jamie Bino Gittens. This one's been talked about for ages, hasn't it? To Chelsea. It all started before the World Club Cup. Now the World Club Cup is in full swing. These rumours are not going away. We say they're rumours. We know that they're in talks. We know that the two clubs are in talks, and that is Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea. What Daniel Levy does is very different to whether or not it would be a good deal. By the way, I can't see it being £45 million at all, but we'll get to it. People are talking about Alexander Isak. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if anything's happened. But we'll have a look at that as well. We'll have a look. Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman is another one that looks to be on his way. We'll have a look at Malik Tillman in due course as well. And also AC Milan, not just in talks with Jashari. That pisses me off. He is class. That is a player I would love Spurs to go and get. But they are also in talks with Richie of Torino. What a very good central midfielder he is as well. So we'll start as we mean to go on. We'll have a look at what's being said by Ornstein and Romano and Plettenberg and Ben Jacobs. We'll have a look at all of these people. We'll chew through the fat. Everyone, make sure to give me your opinions in the chat as to what is happening, and we will take it from there. As always, There's just under 200 of you in here, just under. And that's quite good after 5 minutes. So just under 200 of you in here. Smash the like button, people. Can we please, can we do that so that I don't have to keep saying smash the like button? Just under 200 people, only 40 likes. What's that? One fifth of you have smashed the like button, which is absolutely crap. Let's smash that. Guys, girls, let's have a look, shall we? Let's start here. Let's start at the beginning. This is Ornstein. Is that big enough? Would you like me to blow that up a little bit? No, that's not the one I wanted to do. Bear with me 1 second. Come on, Savva, you're better than this. Here we go. Let's blow that up. There we go. So if we blow that up, that's nice and big. Arsenal are exploring a deal to sign Christian Norgaard from Brentford. Arsenal's proposal for the 31-year-old midfielder is 11 million and awaiting a reply from Brentford. So that would suggest that Arsenal have already put in a bid of 11 million euros, which is what, 8 million quid, 9 million quid. Now, let's have a look. Let me, without me guessing, 11 million euros in pounds. 9.3 million pounds. I cannot see that Brentford will do that deal at all. But it's the negotiation game, isn't it? It says that the Denmark international contracted until June 27, but is keen among options amid potential party exit. So let's break this down. First and foremost, I'm a huge fan of Christian Norgaard. I think he's a really good midfielder. Goes about his job, doesn't mess about, not the sexiest name, not the prettiest footballer, just gets in the midfield, does his job, and I think for me has been one of the underrated players of the last 2 or 3 seasons. We know that he's a Danish international. He's played, let me just double check. Christian Norgaard has had 35 caps for the Danish national team. And we know that Thomas Frank, the Tottenham manager now, is a huge admirer. He took him to Brentford, and we'll have a look at his time at Brentford in a minute. But why would Arsenal want him? Now, I'm guessing if you go and speak to Arsenal fans, they'll have a meltdown about this, I'm sure. All right? I think that this is a very astute signing in terms of a potential replacement for me, more Jorginho than Thomas Partey. So bear with me on this one. The hypothetical would be that Partey leaves, Jorginho's left, and in comes Zubimendi, and in comes Norgaard, so that your 3 out-and-out central midfielders are a Norgaard, Declan Rice, and Zubimendi. Then further forward, you've got the likes of Martin Odegaard. Now, I still think that would leave them a little bit light in midfield, but I don't think it's a bad signing if they get him. I think it's a very astute signing. Now, I know in the world of football, fans, where's the big signing? Everyone's got to be 400 million pounds and 500 grand a week. For me, I think if Mikel Merino is the other one, yes, thank you, Inspired Channel, yes. Do you know what? I was sitting there thinking, I'm missing one. And Mikel Merino as well. So that gives them a 5 of Zubimendi, Rice, Norgaard, Merino, Odegaard. Okay? Now, when we look at this, and also Havertz can play there as well if he doesn't play up front. Also, Havertz can play there. So if we look at that, for me, I think what that does, I think is a very astute signing. I think it's a player that can be rotated, a player that can be trusted, relied upon, and won't do anything to ruin Arsenal, if that makes sense. Now, do I think it's a game changer for winning the league title or not? No, I don't think it is. But what it does, I think it gives you a good, solid base of central midfielders that all do something different. Norgaard, Rice, and Zubimendi, all in between that 6 and 8 position. I'm not going to argue who plays where, but you've got the controlling of a game in Zubimendi, the deep lying playmaker, if you will, the kind of Rodri type. You've got Declan Rice, who for me is one of the best box-to-box midfielders about. Is he a 6? Is he an 8? I don't care about all that. Gets back and forward, scores goals, loves the tackle. For me, should probably be Arsenal's captain. And then you've got a player like Norgaard, can sit in a 2, does the hard work, gives the ball nice and easily, technically good with his passing, good player. So for me, it's a good addition to the squad depth. Is it going to be a signing where the Arsenal fans go, oh my God, we're winning the league title? No, it's not going to be. But you know what? Not every signing needs to be. Now, I'm not going to contradict what I say about Spurs for Arsenal. I'll keep the same energy. For any of you that know when I say this, I think a lot of transfers are about optics. And what I mean by that is this. If Arsenal went and signed, why can't I think of his name? There you go. Rodrigo of Real Madrid and Gyökeres up front. If Arsenal went and bought those two in the next 2 weeks, then announced Norgaard, I think they'd go, yeah, I like that. Decent. Makes sense. The problem is, it's the optics. What it will look like is, okay, Kepa. We've had the here we go for him today. We'll see about that in a minute. So Arsenal have had the here we go for Kepa. Then if they get Norgaard, and what it is it looks underwhelming. However, if those two signings had been after a Gyökeres or and a Rodrigo, suddenly it looks very different, doesn't it? And this is sometimes the way that I like to break down transfers, because I do think that not every transfer is going to be your blockbuster signing. Not every transfer is going to be one where we all go, that is magnificent. Oh my God, he's changed the game. Not every signing is going to be that. But I know that a lot of younger fans think like that. Oh, who's this? Oh my God. Oh, it's dreadful. Panic, panic, panic. You know, I think it's all about optics. By the way, optics, I can see 88 likes. There's over 300 of you in here. Smash that button, people. And we are slacking on the subscribers lately. Not a single subscriber, one subscriber today. Come on, guys and girls, smash that like button. We should be on 150 right now. Let's get that to 150. So I think this is going to be very interesting. Now, what do we know about Norgaard? We know that he's got 35 caps for Denmark. He's played 196 times for Brentford, and that is 2 seasons in the Championship, 4 in the Premier League. He's been an ever-present for Brentford over the last 5-6 seasons. Before that, he was at Fiorentina, and before that, he's played in the Danish Superliga for Brøndby, and he's also played for Hamburg in the Bundesliga. So a well-travelled international, 1 international goal. He's won the Brentford Supporters Player of the Year. He's won the Brentford Player of the Year, the Brøndby Player of the Year. He's won the Danish Cup, and he's won the Championship playoffs as well. So for me, I don't think it's the world's worst signing. I think he's a really good footballer. I'll be honest, I would absolutely love him at Tottenham Hotspur. I think he'd be absolutely brilliant for everything that we need in midfield. For everything we need, I think he'd be amazing. Now, let's talk price. 11 million? Can't see it. I can see the fingers being raised by Brentford. And I don't think that Arsenal would get him for 11 million euros. However, the player would have told Arsenal that he wants to join, hence why the bid's gone in. And it's whether or not Brentford set a price, and it's whether or not Arsenal want to hit that price. And that's transfers. He's 31 years of age, so I think you get a solid 2-3 years out of him. He's a steady Eddie. I think that's harsh. Actually, I think that's harsh. He's a good footballer, does the job. Let's see. See, but again, this is what I was talking about, though. When you're saying, Mr. Arsenal, you're saying, but would he be good for what we need when we go up against Man City and Liverpool? But again, this is what I'm saying. It's not, he's not being bought as the as the guy to bridge the gap, is he, between you lot and Liverpool and City? He is squad depth, because the problem you've got, you can't just have everyone brilliant in central midfield, or they're going to say, how am I going to get game time above Rice? How am I getting game time above Zubimendi? I think this would be a very astute signing for Arsenal. That's just me. That's just me. Let's move on from Norgaard. And by the way, Ash makes a great point. Brentford have beaten the big teams. Again, yeah, I completely agree with you, Ash, on this one. Completely agree with you. And I think the key thing for me here is, the key thing for me here is when we talk about replacements, that Phil said Partey's replacement, you've got to remember Zubimendi's joining. So for me, I think it's about just adding squad depth. I think it's about adding squad depth, isn't it? You've got to have different players for different occasions. Zubimendi, Rice, Marino, Odegaard, Norgaard. You're starting to get a lot of different types of footballers that can all slot in as and when and be rotated. Listen, I'll be honest, I'd love that as my midfield five at Spurs. I'll be honest, when I look at Basuma, Bentancur, Sarr, Bergvall, I'd love that as ours, because, yeah, absolutely, Jorginho has left as well. So they're going to have to bring in players. Right, let's have a little look, shall we? Let's go down. So that was the first thing today. David Ornstein said this. Brentford, yesterday, we heard this, didn't we? Brentford are in advanced talks with UK-based South African businessman Gary Lubner and English filmmaker Matthew Vaughan about a minority investment in the Premier League club. Now, I don't know enough about this, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about it loads. Watch this space. A lot happening at Brentford. They've lost Frank. They've lost all his staff. Looks like Keith Andrews is going to be getting the job. Could they be selling the club or selling a stake in the club? Watch out. Let's have a look. If we scroll down, here we go. The next big story over the last 24 hours. This is an interesting one, people, isn't it? This is an interesting one. Newcastle, I think it's a cheeky one as well. Let me know what you think about this one. Cheeky. Newcastle United. So exclusive. Newcastle make an offer to sign Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest. Bid in the region of £45 million. Nottingham Forest have rejected without a counter. Interesting, and we'll come back to that in a minute. No intention of selling the Sweden international. Newcastle considering whether to maintain pursuit or focus on other targets. Now, this is what I love. We love in a transfer story, what don't we? Club comes in, takes the piss a little bit. 45 million. What they would be looking at, in my opinion, I think, is, well, hang on. And Buemo's going for 65 million. Bournemouth wants 65 million for Semenyo. Brighton wants something like 50, 60 million for João Pedro. Right? They're going to look at, hang on, so why on earth are we going to give Anthony Elanga away for 45 million? Now, Anthony Elanga, for me, good player, very good player. I think, again, he's another one where I wasn't too sure how good is he when he was at Man United, because Man United have been run terribly, and there's a lot of people that are there where people say they're crap players. I don't think they are, but they haven't been played properly. So he's gone to Nottingham Forest, and he's had a couple of decent years. If we look, last season, he got 14 goal contributions in 36 games. The season afterwards, that's just finished, he got 17 goal contributions in 38 games. So the numbers are getting better as he gets older. He's only 23, just turned 23 as well. Wide men that get a lot of assists like that, 20 Premier League assists in 2 seasons. Are they 45 million? For me, they're not. They're probably going to be a bit more. Were Newcastle, again, you have to ask the question, are Newcastle serious? Are they testing the waters or not? Because again, Anthony Elanga his people must have been speaking to Newcastle to say, yeah, there's interest. Not, 100% I will join. But yes, there is a level of interest. But there's a whole different story. This is what we always talk about on this channel, don't we? There's a whole different story when we talk about transfers from the club to the player and the club to the club. Two very different stories. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on. This is definitely one to keep an eye on. For me, I like him. I think he's a good player. How good can he get? I don't know. Some people hit their peak by this age. Other people will peak at 27, 28. Some people peak at 25. It is what it is, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Anthony Elanga. As I said, I think that people will be coming in for the Forest players. Now, whether they can get them out of Nottingham Forest is going to be a different story. Gibbs-White, Elanga, maybe Murillo, maybe Milinkovic. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. But clubs will be interested. And that's what happens when you have a good season like what Nottingham Forest have just had. So let's see what happens on the Anthony Elanga front. Let's finish off with David Ornstein. Here we go. So this was yesterday as well. The other one I promised we talk about is Jamie Bino Gittens. The proposed move from Borussia Dortmund to Chelsea could be done imminently. Now, what I like about this is I always feel like when I read a report from Ornstein, I feel like I trust it, like I 100% trust it. He's not one that fires out loads and loads and loads, is he? He's not one that just goes boom, 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 loads of stories. He finds 3 or 4 stories and he sticks with them. And he's stuck with this one. And he said, clubs continue talks in the USA and hope that agreement can be reached swiftly, despite Bayern Munich interest. The 20-year-old winger fully committed to Chelsea, 7-year deal in place, 7-year deal. Chelsea Football Club at it again, aren't they? 7-year deal possible for Jamie Bino Gittens. Now, this is a player I've seen Bino Gittens play. I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen him week in, week out. But this is a guy that he is only 20 years of age. We know that he came through at Man City, then went to the Dortmund under-19s, and then into the Dortmund first team. Now, this year, 32 games. This is league only. 32 games, 8 goals, 3 assists. In the Champions League, he's got a further 4 goals. So, you know, this is a guy who's got 12 goals this year, 6 assists, so 18 goal contributions in all competitions, 20 years of age. They're not bad numbers at all. And Chelsea, forever buying wide men, forever buying forwards, but never buying the actual top centre forward. Funny I say that. Just as I say it, right now on Sky Sports News, they're showing Liam Delap's goal last night, his first ever goal for Chelsea, and they're showing that Chelsea will play Benfica on Saturday to try and win a place in the Club World Cup quarterfinals. But what do you lot make of Bino Gittens? I can't sit here and say I know loads. I've seen him play. He looks good. He looks tricky. He looks like a direct runner. Likes to get his shot away. What do we think? What do people think about this guy? How good is Jamie Bino Gittens? Should we be seeing him in an England squad any time soon? Let's see. I feel like I need to watch him play more. But Chelsea, not messing around, 7-year contracts, putting their money where their mouth is. And let's be fair, they normally do put their money where their mouth is, don't they, Chelsea? Savva is back at 5 p.m. today. Yeah, Savva's not going anywhere yet, by the way, but Savva is back at 5 p.m. on today for the Savva and Lubo Ask Us Anything. Big up to Christian, who has said Gittens is a run-of-the-mill pacey winger. A run-of-the-mill, okay. So Chelsea look like they're spending a lot of money, according to you, on a run-of-the-mill pacey winger. Okay, all right. Well, listen, that's your opinion. Let's see. Phil Coys has said he thinks that Liam Delap is going to be a steal, going to score a lot of goals next season. Going to be interesting to see how he does. You don't get time at clubs like Chelsea. You don't get time at clubs like Chelsea, do you? You have to go straight in. hit the ground running. You've got to score goals. Let's see. Listen, he's a hard-working, bustling centre forward, knows where the net is. Let's see what happened. Nothing, by the way. Stel is taking a break from a few of his regular shows, concentrating on his own channel at the moment. Plus, Stel is part of a new channel that I'm part of. So me and Stel are currently working. Me, Stel, Sean, Johnny, and Lubo are currently putting together behind the scenes a new channel called the Spurs 5. The Spurs 5. So watch out for that. It's coming. Let's see. So Gittens is a run-of-the-mill pacey winger. Chris Wood should go to Arsenal or Chelsea. I can't imagine the Arsenal or Chelsea fans would feel the same way. Let's have a look before we move on from Ornstein. Well, we knew about this in Milos Kerkers. As I said, Ornstein doesn't really post too many things. No, let's move on from Ornstein. Let's go to Ben Jacobs, shall we? Let's see what this man is saying. There we go. Let's go to the top. Ben Jacobs. So this is his pinned tweet. They still call tweets on X? I don't know. This is his pinned message from 2 days ago, which said that understand Man United have now improved their offer for Bryan Mbeumo to over £60 million. Talks have accelerated in the past few days and will continue this week. Story with Alex Crook on Talk Sport. Guys, girls, I know obviously there's going to be a lot of Spurs fans in here. A lot of the Spurs fans were optimistic that maybe Spurs had made a bid, that maybe we were going to take Bryan Mbeumo. But so far, I've not seen that any official bid has been made by Spurs, and it does very much look like he's going to seal that move. Kiss from a rose, seal. If you know, you know. Seal that move to Old Trafford. Now, what I want to know from you guys in the chat, how good a move is this? How good a move is this for Bryan Mbeumo? I want out of 10. Give me a number out of 10. For me, I think this is a 9 out of 10 signing for United. I really do. I think they've made a lot of duds in the last few years. And I think the two they've already bought this year, if we include Mbeumo and Cunha, I think they've just added a hell of a lot of goals to their football team. I think it's a great signing. I think this is a great signing for Manchester United. Let's just want to double check something. Please bear with me. I think it's a great signing. I think it will add a lot of goals to Man United's forward line. I think he's direct. He scores goals. He gets assists. And, you know, I get it. I get that he's only got 1 year left on his contract. But the problem is, do clubs like Man United who need players now want to run the risk of letting him stay at Brentford, running down, and then there being a bidding war with a lot more teams? And you've got to weigh that up when going through transfers. Aussie Frank Lover. Maybe, but maybe he doesn't want to join Spurs. Agreed. Maybe Mbeumo doesn't want to join Spurs. Have we ever thought about that? We always say, oh, we're too slow and we've done this and we've done that. 9, says Marios. 8, says Ryan G. A 5 out of 10. Oh, 5 out of 10. That's got to be trolling, surely. 3, a 3, that's a troll. No one can tell me that Mbeumo to United is a 3 out of 10. Come on, that's a really, really good signing. Absolutely. I am very jealous as well. I am very jealous. I'm very jealous. We can't be saying this is a 3 out of 10 or a 5 out of 10. Come on, if he signed for Spurs, we'd be talking about it being a 10 out of 10. Big up to my man, Bobby Andrews, who has said, great move for United. Him and Cunha will change them completely. They will. They will. If they get a statement striker, they will finish top 4 with 1 game a week. Bobby, this is my concern now for Man United. For the rest of us with Man United, sorry. They've already got Cunha, and if they get Mbeumo as well. Now imagine they get a top striker to replace Højlund. Imagine that front three. I think they're going to be different. As you say, one game a week next week. And I do think they're going to be a much better football team. Ruben Amorim would have had a summer to get his own players in, a summer to work on his tactics, playing one game a week. I think they're going to be good this year. How good? I don't know. We'll wait and see what signings they make. But I agree, Bobby. Thank you very much for the comment. Big up to you, Scott, as well. Big up to you, Scott. Tell these frauds to smash the like button. 442 in here, 142 likes. Why are we not at 250 likes? Thank you to all those that have subscribed. Really appreciate that, as we are now only 330 away from 19,000. So we want to get there ASAP. Bill has said for United, phenomenal. For Mbeumo, Carnage Club. I think that they're going to sort it out. I do. That's only my opinion. Mr. Arsenal has gone with a 10. I think it's a great signing. I really do. Alex, we've just done Norgaard. We did 20 minutes on Norgaard, mate. Listen, I think it'd be a great rotation player for Arsenal. I think it'd be great for all the competitions they're in. 7.5. I think that's a bit harsh. I think if you lot had signed him, you would have been giving this a 9, Angus. We all know what you're like. Yeah, good player. Really good player. Is it Alakushi? I never know how it's pronounced, but very good player. Graham Rue, big up to you, Graham, who's a channel member. How you doing, my man? Hope you're well. Watch out. Tomorrow or Friday, there will be a member-only show. Who sent me a WhatsApp? Anything to do with football? Nope. No, it's not. 8 out of 10 for United, 4 out of 10 for the player. Everyone doubting Man U. Let's see. As far as I can see, the bid not accepted yet. Morton Barley, you know they will get it done, because as much as I said that, Man U will want to get this deal done so that the contract doesn't run down, so that there's a transfer race next year. Brentford also won't want to lose out on that much money, will they? So I think it will get done. I think, yeah, listen, by the way, I'm not saying they only need forwards, but, the transfer window's only been open a week, so let's see. United's backline is shocking. Sure, but I'm sure they'll add to it. I'm sure they'll buy players. There you go. So Brentford still have a year option on his contract. Kinslayer, thank you very much. I didn't look at that. There we go. Last contract extension. Okay, option of 1 year. Thank you. Now that changes everything. That's why he'll be 60 million and not 30 million. That is why. Absolutely makes sense. Thank you very much, Kingslayer. I really appreciate that. Huddle Waddle. Love that. Said Mbeumo is a 9 out of 10 for us. I hope we are going for Semenyo now, but Simmons would be a dream. What a player. Wouldn't say no to Ezit. I mean, listen, you've just named a lot of footballers there. Chire or Saya or Kaya or Chire. Let me know how it's pronounced. He said, if we improve our attacking line, we can cope defensively, because I don't think defensively we're that horrid. Interesting. Well, let's see. Samuel has said, Savva, Man United should swap Jadon Sancho for Dusan Vlahovic and cash. Sure. I mean, you'll have to run that by them. But yes, you would, Angus. We all know, Angus, we've all seen what you do. If Arsenal want to sign a player, they're great. If they go somewhere else, you always drop it by 2 points. I see you, Angus. I know you. Akliushi. Is that Akliush? Uche? Spurs should get Sancho. Sell Son to free up wages. Don't think we particularly want Sancho. Let's go back to Savva, is it not the case? The Mbeumo not. Savva, is it not the case? The Mbeumo not. I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. I don't know what that means. Let's go back to Ben Jacobs. So Ben Jacobs said Birmingham City are now in advanced talks with Al Ettifaq for Damari Gray. Didn't Damari Gray? He did play for Birmingham, right? Yeah, bringing back Gray first. Yeah, okay. Interesting one. Look out for that then. Al Ettifaq letting Damari Gray go for Birmingham, who has just got back to the championship. 26 minutes ago, he's gone in against Emmanuel. We're getting closer to Mbeumo. There we go. They want it done before pre-season on July the 7th. There you go. 60 million, not far off Brentford's expectation with add-ons being discussed. There we go. I've got no doubt that's going to get done. Alex Crook has said the same thing, saying that it's all edging closer. Esteval, Willian, let's not worry about that. That's already been done. Al Ettifaq have given former Norwich midfielder Andre Duda 24 hours to agree a move to Saudi Arabia. There we go. An hour ago, he said that Southampton have confirmed that Adam Lallana will continue his role as coach as part of Will Steele's staff after announcing his retirement from playing. He's had a very good career, hasn't he, Adam Lallana? A very good, skillful, technical footballer. Got his big move, played for some good clubs. Fair play to him. Says Paul Trollope has been named as Steele's assistant manager. Carl Martin remains at the club, while goalkeeping coach Ruben Martinez joins. So some news on Southampton there. Hearts confirm that Tony Bloom's 9.86 million investment is now complete. Bloom has a 29% stake in the club in non-voting shares. There you go. Tony Bloom making moves, not just with Brighton, but now with Hearts in Scotland. Here we go. Southampton have confirmed that Kyle Walker-Peters will leave the club as a free agent when his contract expires at the end of June. Now, the cynic in me says that's got Tottenham Hotspur written all over it. What do you think? For me, this has got Tottenham written all over it. Now, why do I say that about Spurs? Well, Tottenham Hotspur have a need for homegrown and club-trained players. Carl Walker-Peters, of course, came through the Spurs Academy. He's on a free. There's going to be no fee at all, a signing-on bonus, and his wages won't be massive. For me, I have a feeling Spurs will go and get that done. Let me know in the chat right now how you're feeling about that. Do you think I could be putting 2 and 2 together and getting 100. I just got a feeling this will be Spurs. Might not be. I just got a feeling it will be. Let me know what you think. Free the right side said we will end up with Kinder Bueno. Love it. Yeah, Kulusevski said Lallana was a tidy player, was a very good footballer. Yeah. Let's have a look. Definitely has Tottenham written all over it. It's got it. You know when you supported Spurs so long, Daniel, that you just look and go, yeah, that's got Levy's little mitts all over it, isn't it? Those little prints all over that signing. All over it like a cheap rash. Carl Walker-Peters to Tottenham. Here we come. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, guys. 1st of July. Carl Walker-Peters, here we go. And we'll get to Romano in a minute, by the way. Big up to all of you. Welcome home, Carl Walker. Tony, I've got a feeling that it will be done for the homegrown purposes. I hope I'm wrong. Tony. Let's see. My mate, Mike Zappa, the airport buddy, says Levy bargain bucket deal and Levy psycho fans will go in. Oh, dearie me. Eamon Burns, what's new is in the last 2 hours, it's been reported that the deal is nearly close between Mbeumo and Man United, as I think many people thought it would be. So Man United look like they're getting their second forward in of the transfer window. And if you are Ruben Amorim, you're pretty happy with that, aren't you? Cunha and Mbeumo. I'd be over the moon if Spurs had signed those two players. Let's go down. Ben Jacobs. Kepa. Here we go. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Let me try and do that quickly. Kepa Arrizabalaga has finalised terms on his 5 million Arsenal move. He joins as the number 2 with Arsenal waiting. No, let me start that again. With Arsenal viewing the fee as excellent value for a keeper worth £72 million in 2018. So Arsenal getting their second choice goalkeeper to play behind David Raya at the cost of 5 million. Decent backup. I mean, as far as backup goalkeepers go, it's not a bad signing, is it, for them lot down the road? They're in the news, aren't they? Kepa, Norgaard, Sesko, Gyttens. And now the Arsenal fans will be wanting to see one of those bigger names getting over the line. Jayid, yeah. Rejecting 45 million. Oh, I was going to say I think 45 million is taking the piss. Why do you say that? Interesting. Let me know. Why do you say that? Thank you to the 2 people who just subscribed as well. We're now only 325 away from the 19,000. Let's have a look. Let's scroll down. Hang on. Let's get rid of that comment. Why won't that comment go? There we go. As we go down, Ben Jacobs busy, isn't he? So Al Nassr have confirmed that Stefano Pioli has left with immediate effect ahead of his move to Fiorentina. So we knew that was happening. And 16 hours ago, Ben Jacobs said Barcelona are considering a loan move for Marcus Rashford. That's a great name, isn't it? Marcus Rashford. Even though their number one priority is Nico Williams. Rashford's clear preference is Barcelona, and he is willing to play in a more central role in Hansi Flick's system. Interesting. Rashford has no future at Old Trafford under Amorim, but Man U want 40 million. Remains to be seen whether they sanction a loan. Now, this is all very interesting because it kind of ties in, doesn't it, from the Brian and Buemo news. Now, if Man United are spending 60 million on Cunha, 65 million on Buemo, 120 million pounds, give or take, they're going to have to start recouping that money, aren't they? Garnacho, you would think, would be one. Sancho would be another. Rashford. So will they sanction a loan move knowing that they need the money? Interesting. Let me know in the chat what you think. For me, an interesting signing. I mean, if they get Nico Williams, they've got Rafinha, they've got Ferran Torres, who I believe might be on his way to Villa. I saw that earlier. We'll have a look at that again in a minute. Yamal, how could I forget him? So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Luke, you do know that players are allowed to lower their wages, though. I don't know if people understand this. If I'm on 300 grand a week at this club and I really want to move, I might accept 200, 250 at this club. You know, it's just how it works. Ridwan has said he'll be back up for Lewandowski and can play anywhere in the front three. For me, I like him as a player. I just think there's a lot of baggage that goes with this guy. Maybe, though, listen, the mature part of me, as I've grown up, says everybody deserves a second chance. And maybe it's a fresh start that he needs. Maybe a fresh start in a new country. We'll see. Danny has said, so United signing Cunha and Buemo, Barca signing wingers, Liverpool signing a whole new team. So, Sav, the real question is, have we signed anyone yet? We know what we've done, Danny. We know what we've done. This show isn't about Tottenham Hotspur. We know what we've done. If we scroll down away from Marcus Rashford, Randall Kolo Muani is not under consideration for Chelsea despite fresh links. Kolo Muani wants to stay at Juve. PSG want around 45 million. Now, this is a striker who he's been a bit hit and miss in his career, but he's gone to Juventus and done well. And clearly well enough that they want to keep him. PSG, I think it's a no-brainer for them to let him go. Will they get 45 million euros? Is there anywhere else where he could potentially end up? We'll see. When you said he's not worth the 45 million, I think he's worth the... Listen, if he's not... Are you talking about Muani or thingy? Are we talking about Muani or Rashford there? I think if a player like Muani is not worth 45 million, who is? I do think he's worth 45 million. Alfie has said, if Nico Williams joins Barca, would Rafinha feel pushed out and want to move? Maybe, but you know what? These top players want to play with other top players, don't they, Alfie? It's very much a Spurs thing when we talk about this, if I'm honest. Bigger clubs have lots of players. Look at Man City. Rayan Cherki signed, knowing that they've already got Marmoush, Gundogan, Silva, Foden, Bob, Doku, Savio, Haaland. You know, it's just the way it is. Absolutely, Bill. Absolutely. If we're paying £40 million for that kid, then Moani's definitely worth 45 million euros, which would be cheaper than Archie Gray. Completely agree. Let's scroll down. Let's see. He's got a lot on here, isn't he, old Ben Jacobs? Let's see. No. Okay, let's move away from Ben Jacobs. Let's go to, should we go to Ali Gold? That's what Ali Gold is saying. So we have a little bit about anything about Tottenham Hotspur. Ali Gold. Understand a string of clubs awaiting Thomas Frank's decision on Luka Vuskovic. Now, I'm guessing that's going to be whether or not we loan him out or whether or not he's going to be part of the first team this season. Now, I know there's a lot of Spurs fans who feel like they know everything about this guy. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, sorry, I've got a member of the Cult of Ange messaging me, a guy called Ryan Laidlaw, a member of the Cult of Ange. Oh, after all your hate, you got what you wanted. Oh, shut up, mate. Go and follow Ange to wherever he goes. This Cult of Ange, all knocking Frank. Anyway, understand a string of clubs are awaiting Thomas Frank's decision. We'll see. We'll see, right? Vuskovic, I want to see him play. It's all well and good people watching snippets of him or clips of him playing out in Belgium. I want to see what does he do in the Premier League. He's a young lad, a bright future in front of him, according to everyone. Let's see what happens there. Ali Gold said, here we go, the Kota Takai deal and the unfortunate timing that masks a transfer for a player who could make an impact more quickly at Spurs than people expect. I don't know what he means by it, the unfortunate timing. I'm guessing because people are waiting to see a bigger signing. Just seeing if he's got anything there that's worth talking about. We know all about Takai. And then just some Spurs news as well that we all knew about. That a season-long loan is coming in the next 24 hours for Ajayi. And we know that Ajayi is going out on loan. So good luck to the youngster out on loan, going to League One. Let's see how he does. Let's hope that he has a fruitful loan because many people go out on loan and they don't. And fans think that a lot of these youngsters are a lot better than they are. Let's move away from Ali Gold. Doesn't seem like there's anything really there of note to talk about. And let's look at, before we go to Romano, let's look at Florian Plettenberg, see if he said anything. Stuttgart are demanding up to 15 million euros for Joshua Wagnerman. I don't know him. I really don't know him, so I can't really talk on that. There you go. Yes, Yusufa Makoko is on the verge of joining Copenhagen in Denmark. Borussia Dortmund will receive a fee of around 5 million euros. Long-term contract, medical schedule in the coming days. Now, remember that Makoko was talked about as being one of the big shining lights in football, wasn't he? He was talked about as being this great striker. Hasn't really worked out, and he's on his way to Copenhagen. So I wish him well there. Let's see if there's anything that really grabs the ball by the horns. We know that the deal was done for Milos Kerkez. Let's go to Romano, shall we? Sorry. And then Noah Darvic, Stuttgart. So interesting times there. Let's move to Romano. Let's see what our man Fabrizio is saying in the last few hours or today. Let's have a look. So he's got the pinned message is about Luka Modric. We know that AC Milan are looking to take Luka Modric after he left Real Madrid on a free transfer. We also know that AC Milan are also in talks with two other central midfielders. Ardan Jashari, who is absolute quality, by the way. Absolute quality for Ardan Jashari. and also Richie from Inter Milan, not Richarlison, Ricky, RICCI. Let's scroll down. Let's see what the first thing is. There we go. There we go. In the last hour, AC Milan have sent a proposal. Now, this boy can play. This boy can play. If anyone hasn't watched a Serie A, watch. Let's see. Understand that AC Milan have sent a proposal worth 22 million euros plus 3 million in add-ons for Samuel Ricky as they are closing in on the deal. After positive talks this morning, AC Milan and Torino are advancing to final stages. Terms discussed since December. Deal now very close. This is a really good footballer that can play in the number 6. Very good passer of the football. Good engine. Good in the tackle. Gets about the park. Really, really good signing. And after AC Milan have lost Reinders, it looks like they're getting Modric, Jashari, and Ricky. So it looks like they're completely rebuilding their central midfield for next season. So look out for that one. And if you haven't seen this boy play, go and watch him. Very good player. And then, again, this boy. Oh, my gosh, do I like this boy. The more I've watched it, I keep watching him lately. I keep watching his videos. He is brilliant. It says AC Milan's proposal for Aidan Jashari remains 27 million euros plus 5 million add-ons, as reported yesterday. Club Brugge insist on a higher fee. In the chat, who has seen him play? Who has seen him play, Jashari? He is a player. He is a superb player. Danny also saying that AC Milan also want Xhaka. It looks like they're going for a whole new set of midfielders. Listen, he can play. This boy can play like ridiculously. His passing range is disgusting. Deep Fake said it's Richie, not Ruh. I don't know what that means. That doesn't make sense. It's Richie, not Ruh. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so yeah, Club Brugge not willing to let their guy go cheap. For anyone that hasn't watched him, go and watch him. Type in, there's a video online that says Jashari is the complete midfielder, and bloody hell is he the complete midfielder. Go and watch him. So Jashari, keep an eye out on that one. Como have sent an official proposal to Alvaro Morata, the much-travelled striker, and negotiations are underway. Morata will leave Galatasaray and won't stay at AC Milan, with Como now in talks with the Spanish striker. So this should be interesting. We know that, I mean, he's had a good career, hasn't he, Morata? He's played for some massive, massive football clubs. Now looks like he could be on his way to Como. It's Ricky, not Richie, not Ricky. Oh, all right, Deep Fake. I don't really care. We're just trying to have a football chat. People like you ruin it. Don't really care. So keep an eye out on that one for Alvaro Morata. There you go. There's the one about Richie as well. So confirming that. Copenhagen, we know the deal with Yusuf Moukoko. And some news about, this was 2 hours ago, about Jarell Quansah. The buyback clause for Jarell Quansah deal, exclusively revealed last week, will be worth over 60 million euros. It won't be available until in 2026, only from 2027, as agreed between Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen. So the initial fee will be £30 million plus 5 million in add-ons. So they're selling him for 30 plus 5 million. So 35 million all in. And if they want to buy him back, it will be 60 million euros in 2 years. So Jarell Quansah, we said yesterday, hasn't played that many games over the years for Liverpool and has got a 35 million move to a 35 million move to Bayer Leverkusen to go and play for Erik ten Hag. Now that frees up Liverpool, doesn't it, to look at Mark Guehi. Oh, that upsets me. I like Mark Guehi. If we scroll down, Sunderland, here we go. Sunderland, keep forgetting they're in the Premier League. Sunderland have opened talks to sign Polish goalkeeper Marcin Bolka as part of their ambitious project. Oh, the ambitious project. Let's see what that's all about. Bolka has been approached by several clubs. I'm guessing that's meant to say several and not Deverell this summer, but Sunderland are now in active talks with Nice. Look out for that. I don't know anything about him. This will be interesting. This will be interesting to see. Ghosted, got anything you want to say to me first before I let you stay on my chat? Any apologies for last week? Threatening me? Any apologies before we get going? Let's see if we get a manly apology from him. So, Bolka, we'll see. We knew about that one. Christian Norgaard, Romano just confirming that negotiations are ongoing, but that Brentford want more. And funnily enough, Norgaard does want to join Arsenal. Shock, horror, does Norgaard want to join Arsenal. Atalanta are closing in on Kamaldeen Sulemana as a new bid has been submitted for a package close to 17 million euros. Sorry, mate. It was absolutely you. It was absolutely you, Ghosted. I saw you. I went in the back stream. I saw it. It was you. It was absolutely you, my friend. Please just don't lie. Just own it. So Atalanta, looking at Sulemana of Southampton, saw bits, pieces of him, but not loads and loads and loads. So that'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Let's have a look down. Arsenal, we saw that earlier from Ornstein saying the deal has been done for David Urrea. So there's Romano giving it the here we go in the last 3 hours. So Zubimendi and Kepa are done. Is the next one through the door going to be Norgaard? Maybe a Sesko, maybe a Garcares. Milos Kerkez has signed his contract with Liverpool. Clubs also exchange all documents. The club statement will follow stream. Anything else that's going on? Hoffenheim have agreed a deal to sign Koki Machida from Union Saint-Gilloise on a permanent transfer. The agreement will be signed later this week. The deal will be worth 5 million euros. And there you go. Confirm that Luka Modric will sign as new AC Milan player after the Club World Cup. The verbal agreement is done and sealed with a medical to follow in July. Exclusive story confirmed. So there you go. So we got a here we go for Luka Modric. Luka Modric to AC Milan. Slavia Prague have completed a deal to sign Daiki Hashioka from Luton Town on a 4-year contract. So good luck to him going out there to Slavia Prague. Winsley Batelli leaves Mönchengladbach and joins Sion in Switzerland. Heidenheim have agreed a deal to sign Arjan Ibrahimovic. There we go. I don't know anything about him. That'll be interesting. Other than that, I think that kind of brings... Oh, there we go. 6 hours ago, Johnny Cardoso, who was on the Spurs list for a very long time. Deal agreed in principle. The here we go for Atletico Madrid. Package in excess of 30 million euros and 5-year contract. Fine details being fixed today with Real Betis. Then Johnny will join Atletico, who of course were knocked out of the Club World Cup. Let's see. Chelsea to face Benfica. I think that's going to be about it. And then breaking news. Paul Pogba to AS Monaco. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place. Contract until June 2027. The final details have been sorted. Contract to be checked. Yada, yada, yada. So it looks like that is going to bring everybody up to date. Let me just double check while I was doing that nothing new came through from Romano. No, nothing news come through from Rano. So let me close this down and let me go to some of your comments. So lots going on. Unfortunately, haven't been able to give you any Spurs news. But it is what it is. At Lil Eddie, if you don't like Savva's tone, where's Lil Eddie? Lil Eddie said, I think you get more subs if you didn't speak to people like pricks. God knows why you think you're above anyone. I'll tell you what, go fuck yourself. There you go, Little Eddie. There you go. Don't know who you are. First time I've seen you here, and you think you're some sort of superstar. See you later, mate. I'm going to block you now. Take care. Little Eddie, everybody. Oh, bless. Kirkes is quality. Kirkes is absolutely brilliant. I'll take him all day long. Any thoughts on what's happening with Leon? I'm guessing that Leon are going to appeal this, right? Obviously, the breaking news yesterday, everyone, that Leon have been relegated from Ligue 1 into Ligue 2, so to speak. And we'll see, won't we? We'll see. We'll see what happens. By the way, when people say things to me like you'd get more subs, is my channel that small? Am I that small? I thought I'd done quite a good job of growing it. But hey, maybe not. Yeah, listen, when idiots like that, people come. Do you know what these people don't understand is I have to put up with abuse 24/7, right? 24/7 I put up with abuse. So when I go back at a few people, so what? Oh, you're so rude to your viewers. Oh, so they can just be as rude to me as they want. Not how life works, I'm afraid. All right, cool. We'll move on. It's all good. We'll move on. It's all good, my man. It's all good. Phil Coys saying Brentford are going to struggle. But if they keep losing players at this rate, they might well do. Let's see. I mean, they replaced Flecken with Kelleher. Are they going to be able to replace him, Buemo, Norgaard? Let's see. They've done a good job of doing it down the years. Let's see if they can. Daniel said, not far off 20K. I would say, I thought I was doing all right. I love it when people say, oh, your small channel. All right. It's not the biggest, but it's all right, isn't it? Absolutely, Reese. I do make good content. That's right. That's right. So listen, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens with the transfers. I know that we're getting frustrated as Spurs fans, especially. I know that we're getting frustrated. I know that everyone wants to see a big deal come through. But we have had a lot of upheaval. We've had a lot of upheaval, haven't we? New manager, new coaches. We've got board members leaving. There's rumours of takeovers at Spurs. I think there's a lot happening at Tottenham. There's a lot happening. Adrian said, yeah, Leon will appeal. Will win on appeal. I guess they will as well. I guess they will for me. And Spoon Dangler, I agree. I think, Stanley's just come and Stanley's laid himself lengthways across me. It's like, when I need somewhere to put my feet. Otherwise, it becomes very uncomfortable. And this dog now thinks that he runs the roost. He does run the roost in my house. Big up to Sophie B from Newcastle United. Big up to you, Sophie. What are we saying? Elanga, a 45 million bid, a bit cheeky. Do you want him? For me, I think Elanga would complement the Isak and Gordon. For me, I think that would be good. Ruben, I want to see 2 or 3 first-team starters come in. I know we're going to get some youngsters. I know that's going to happen, but I want to see 2 or 3 first-team players come in and that immediately go into the 11. I think we've got to. By the way, guys and girls, 525 of you in here, 225 likes. That means there are 300 of you that have not smashed the like button. Can 100 of you please right now smash that button? And we are now only 324 away from 19,000 over here on this small little channel. Margot Robbie, Jesus Christ, just talk football. Come on, Margot, just talk football. Come on. Big up to Ryan G, who said Newcastle should go for Akaluche. I probably butchered his name. Good player. Spurs should be going for him. Good footballer, this lad over at Monaco. I would take him all day long. Foxy has an ex-Charlton youth centre-back, Semi Ajayi, left Mason's West Bromwich Albion to go to Hull on a free. Well, it's going to be interesting, isn't it, to see what Ryan Mason Foxy, what do you reckon Ryan Mason does at West Brom? Everyone in the chat, what do you reckon he does at West Brom? I think it'll be an interesting one to see how good he does there. Pressure immediately, because West Brom are normally up there in the playoff conversation, aren't they? And big up to Luke, far too generous. Didn't need to do that, my man. Far too generous. Just to say a massive thank you for all your support, mate. Come on, you Spurs. Can we just get Eze done? Well, listen, that's very generous. For any of you who don't know what Luke's talking about, Luke has just hit the first 1,000 subscribers. It's a big ordeal to get to your first 1,000. Please get over there and subscribe to Spotlight on Spurs if you haven't already. So well done to you, mate. 1,000 in under 3 months is no mean feat. So well done on that. And I'm sure you will continue to grow. And you know you're welcome on the channel anytime. Thank you very much, mate. That was not needed, but very, very appreciated. So thank you very much, Luke. I appreciate that. So if Luke can stick in a tenner, the rest of you can smash a like button, can't you? Please smash that like button. Where are we? Good morning, Thierry. Good morning to you, and bless up to you as well. Good morning to Ange Ball. Ange Ball's come in and said Paulinho is miles off it after barely kicking a ball last season. I'd take him all day, every day. Listen, he still trains every day. He still played something like 30 games of football. I mean, we're making out like he's not played football for a year. I'd take him all day. Sophie said 15 million max, I think. If not, move on. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, interesting. I think, listen, Newcastle, will, you've got good scouts. You'll have other players that you're looking at as well. So let's see what Newcastle do. Maybe Forest just don't let him go under any circumstances. Finn, yeah, it's a big up, Luke. Good luck to your channel. Absolutely echoed. Alfie said Mason will probably get mid-table to playoff spots this season. If not, he'll be sacked in a heartbeat. He's ruthless. Foxy said, I don't think that Mason lasts the season. Baggies fans, not easy to please. I'd like to see a central midfielder, a striker, and a winger that can beat a man. Phil said Mason should be ready. Had enough experience as a number 2, although being a manager is different. Good luck to him. I agree. Good luck to him. He's worked under Jose. He's worked under Conte. He's worked under Ange. He would have picked up some things surely in all that time. Surely. I reckon we'll go for Hayden Hackney. Do you know what? I like Hayden Hackney. I think the problem is that we've just signed so many young centre mids that it will just be a bit underwhelming. I like him as a footballer. I wish we'd got him instead of Archie Gray, if we're going to be completely honest. But guys, girls, I am going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I like the little transfer shows. I'll leave it there because I do need some time off before I do my show at 3 p.m. Big up 3 p.m., 5 p.m. So join myself and Lubo at 5 p.m. for Savva and Lubo Ask Us Anything. Get those questions in. Really appreciate every single one of you. Please do keep subscribing. Desperately want to get to that 19,000. But enjoy the rest of your days. Get some sunshine. Take care. And Luke, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you to everybody else for the likes and the subscribers. Take care, everyone. See you at 5. And as always, come on, you Spurs.